Yo, check it. Welcome back. Tuning in. Thank you once again. My name is Christian. My boy Jerick right next to me.
What's up?
Hey.
This is episode 7 of Yo Check It.
And if you've been
podcast.
tuning in 7 episodes deep, I am very thankful. Thank you for listening, for supporting, and being one with this community.
Yes, thank you for all the people that listened to our shenanigans and cool conversations.
About life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, we always forget to say that now.
I know.
But yeah,
I mean,
that's how we. I feel like that should be
our staple, right?
the staple thing that we talk about.
What about our intro? The do 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 do. Yo, check it.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out
Yeah.
eventually.
I mean, I don't know. It's still in its infant state, so if y'all got any ideas, any comments, or if you like the way it is, just let us know. We are out here for you, and probably us for This is in all honesty, this whole podcast is just really cool. Helps us stay on our mental gain. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Exactly. So how you been, man?
Boy, I'm tired. I just got out of the gym. I feel like every time I do this podcast, I'm always gymming. But you know what? Stay motivated out there, guys. Stay going to the
Hey,
gym.
You gotta get that gain.
Got to get them gains. Well, actually, I'm just trying to get abs. And hopefully, maybe 50 episodes in, I should, hopefully by then. But if not, well, I mean,
So 50. I don't know how long that's gonna take. How many 50 episodes? That's 43 more episodes. That means 43 weeks of. You got 43 weeks.
Okay. Hold on. That's too close. Give me maybe 80 episodes.
I mean, 43 weeks. That's not bad. It's like about almost a year.
Almost a year. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been on this weight loss journey for about a year now, so hopefully I get to where I want to get, and I'm more motivated now than I've ever been. So we'll see where it goes.
That's good, man.
We'll look back on this. Hopefully in 80 episodes. Remind me. But yeah, how you been, bro?
I'm good. Just getting ready to go to the Philippines. I'm gonna be leaving in 2 days. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. Still gotta pack though. I haven't even packed.
Nobody. I still have to pack. I'm actually going on a cruise myself in about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When are you doing that?
And then this week.
Oh, you're going on a cruise? Oh,
Yeah,
man. I thought
that's
that
gonna
was-
be exciting.
Oh, nice, dude.
I've never been on a cruise, and I've never actually really been outside of America since I actually moved to America, which was at the age of 2. But nobody remembers that.
Yeah.
As a young child, you're just like, oh, I'm here.
That's cool, dude. Emil, have fun out there, man.
Oh, you have fun out in the Philippines. How long you been out there for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. But you know what? We pre-recorded, so y'all get to enjoy us for those 2 weeks.
Yes, we still got... Yeah, it should be. We're up to date still. So every Monday, there's a new podcast on YouTube and all other podcast platforms out there.
Yeah, Anchor FM. Check us out.
Anchor FM, Spotify. I know a lot of you guys listen to Spotify.
Spotify. Hopefully we get on iTunes soon.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'm an iTunes user, and I'm not trying to sound, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I enjoy listening in on our own podcast just to see if we're doing good or not. I don't know. It's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, I get to listen to it when I'm editing the video, so...
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, what's the what are we doing today?
Today's topic is about inspiration, motivation, and settling.
And settling. I feel that. You know what? I've been thinking about settling. Not settling as in settling down with people. I mean, it's in the same term, same sense. But I've been thinking about that actually for a couple of days now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What I mean, in a sense, we are all complacent currently with where we're at. So let me ask you this, Jay. What do you see yourself doing from today all the way up to 5 years from now?
The same thing I've been doing for the past 2 years, but on a higher level, hopefully.
On a higher level.
Yeah.
Would you consider that settling for what you are?
No, definitely not, because I feel like I'm gonna be putting a lot more work in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
than I've ever had, I guess.
I
Um,
feel it.
yeah, because I mean, I feel like I figured out myself, and I already knew what I wanted to do. So I just gotta stay on that course and focus, doubling down on my goals
On your
and
yeah,
dreams.
dude. 5 years from now, it'd be dope if we like open our own our own office. That'd be sick.
I definitely want an office, a studio,
A
to like
studio.
film all of this stuff. I mean, my room's alright. It's it works for now, but I definitely want a bigger space because
Yeah.
we're kind of cramping here. I mean, if you're listening, you have no idea.
I
But
have no idea.
if you're
But-
watching the video, it's basically just like a regular bedroom with like a bed and TV and computer
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
Don't pay attention to TV though. We right here. Keep your eyes right here, right here, right here. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, settling, dude. I guess thinking about it, I've been thinking about right after college, you go you get a degree, and what do you do then? You get a job, a 9 to 5, but is that how it's always going to be? Is that, I mean, just thinking about my parents and them doing the same. I mean, they grinded. Obviously, they grinded, and thanks to them, I'm alive today, and I'm very thankful. If you're listening, Mom, thank you very much. I love you. But
Yeah, does your mom listen to this? Does your mom even know that we're doing a podcast?
I mean, she follows me on Facebook.
I think she I posted on my Instagram like that little snippet. She liked this, so
Oh well,
I
yeah.
figured she probably
She's not very
know.
tech savvy, but
But she
my
has
mom
a-
has a YouTube.
She has a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
man. She has more subscribers than I do.
Yeah, please check out my mom.
She does cooking. She's a cooking channel.
Yeah, if you're into like Filipino food and you want to learn how to cook Filipino food, my mom does that. So check her out. Maybe I'll send out the link somewhere. But please support her too. Anyways, yeah, thinking about what they do and how they live their life. I always wondered. I mean, obviously they moved from Philippines to America, and that's life changing. But like since I've been growing up, I've always noticed like they do their job and then they come home and they do whatever they do right after.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, wow, for at least for the 18 years that I was living with them, or however long I was living with them, like it just made me wonder, like, is this what settling looks like? No offense or anything, Mom, Dad, like, you guys deserve what you guys have done in this life, and one day I hope to help you guys out and help you guys live a better life. But I've been thinking about it.
I feel like there's a difference between like settling and like be content.
Being
So like you gotta look at it that way too. Like I mean I don't know what the situation is, but for some people like we're looking at other people like oh they're just living that regular life.
Yeah.
But if they're happy, like you can just
I mean,
keep
I guess
doing.
I can't question that.
Yeah.
If you're content.
Because I feel like settling is when you're unhappy.
Mm,
Being content is you're happy with wherever you're at.
I guess that makes a lot of sense.
And like settling is just like, oh, this is where I'm at. I'm not happy. I'm just like settling. in
Yeah.
this- yeah.
Well,
so you
when
gotta-
you say it that way,
Yeah, you got to look at it that way too. But
mind blown.
blown.
Wow. Okay. Dang, that threw me off. Don't get me wrong, that threw me off. So the other day I was hiking with my very close friends, and I was asking them like, hey, what do you believe is your end game? And my friend, she was just like, my end game is just to be content. And I was like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, I guess, but when you say settling versus content, I guess that does make sense.
Yeah.
You've reached a point in time in your life where it's just like, oh, I've done the things I've wanted to do in my life, and this is what I want to do for the rest of it.
She probably meant like being happy with whatever she had or she has.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I mean, if you're listening, can you? Well, I already know what you meant, but I mean, let me know. Let me know again so I can say it in the next podcast. But for me, as I sit here, I mean, I guess in that sense, thinking about it, like I guess I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not happy, but I'm not where I want to be. I'm a very optimistic man, and like I live day by day, but there's so much more. I feel like there's so much more I can do, and in all honesty, I do believe that I'm meant for something more. You know,
Yeah.
you ever feel that way?
Yeah, that's why I started doing all this.
I mean,
Because, I mean, before doing all this, I feel like I was kind of settling.
yeah.
Like, I had a full time job. I graduated college, and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is what life after school is. But,
It's like, yeah. I mean, I guess if I were to be afraid of anything, which I'm not, I think that would be one of my fears is to, like, live that life without really truly understanding or fully living the life that I'm given.
yeah.
You know, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who become nurses or engineers or whatever in their life. That's their life. They're content with that. But for me, you know, I love, as much as I love helping people out and as much as like I love the job that I'm doing right now, I feel like there part of me like feels like there's so much more that I can do, that I should be doing. And it it scares me that what if one day I just end up just settling and living a 9 to 5, you know, doing the same thing over and over again. That's doesn't does that not scare you?
Yeah, it's definitely a scary thing, man. Like, if you wake up each day and you're not satisfied with your life,
Yeah.
I feel like you should definitely change something. Like, little things that you can change to make your life better is better than not doing anything
Yeah.
at all. So, find the small changes that you can make in your life and just do that.
I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I mean that is just a fear, but we've been doing different things for our own lives to, and I mean right now, it may seem like, oh, this is it,
Yeah.
but this podcast can turn us to something else. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know if y'all
Yeah.
listen out there,
That's
we
the
really
goal,
appreciate,
man.
but like it's not just. I'm not just doing podcasting. I'm out here trying to do videography, and I mean, as I do, you know, information and technology stuff. So that'd be pretty cool if that were to launch. I mean, there's so many things I want to do. I want to make an app. I want to maybe make a video game. There's so much more. I mean, I guess the idea is just that, you know, in this moment, I just feel like I'm stuck in a box, and that kind of scares me. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
But you're in that what is that thing that you mentioned earlier? The abundance
oh
mindset,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, the scarcity
scarcity mindset
versus abundance. Yeah, ooh,
Yeah, because I feel like that's what you're going through right now. Because you feel like, oh, I feel like there's nothing going on with my life. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, well, I guess it's just because we live in a part of the world where, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is a place where you kind of just settle, where you just like, it's not too fast, it's not too slow, but at the end of the day, like, there's not much we can really do out here. And I think that's what I guess blows my mind is that, you know, we live in this part of the world where if I were to just move locations, I'd probably be too busy, you know, and then we'd be having a totally different conversation.
Yeah. But do you feel like you're settling right now?
No, I personally don't. Well, I mean, I did feel like I was settling, but that's the reason why I decided, you know, actually, I decided yesterday that I wanted to break free and do more with myself. Like,
Breaking free.
we're soaring. No, for real though. But oh, we're goofballs. But anyways, yeah, no, thinking about it, you know, I was settling. Maybe like if you were to talk to me probably like a year ago from now, I definitely was settling. You know, I wasn't pursuing the things I wanted in my life, and I thought that that was what I wanted. But as I continue to live this life, and I question it, I question what I want. You know, I question what I need to go through. I mean, you know, these small changes will eventually make a difference later down the line. And I guess for me, I always think about the end game, and that's the worst thing. Don't think about the end game. You gotta enjoy the
Yeah,
journey.
you gotta.
I always tell this.
You
to
gotta
everyone.
enjoy the process, man. Like,
Yeah.
especially with this podcast. Like, yeah, the ultimate goal is like, get out there and like actually have like thousands of people listening to it. But I don't want to focus on just that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that could take 5 years, 10 years from now, who knows? Like if you keep going,
Yeah.
or like it might never happen. Like you'll never know.
I mean,
So,
life
like,
is spontaneous.
yeah, instead of focusing on that, like just focus on doing this each and every week,
Yeah.
record and just do our thing.
True. Well, I mean,
And same with like life stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously you want to have like a certain goal in mind.
Yeah.
Just so like you have a direction and where you want to go. But at the
Mhm.
same time, you gotta enjoy that drive, man.
I got to respect and trust the process.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Because instead of just like, let's say, on the gym, like you're trying to, the ultimate goal is to get the abs.
Yeah.
But if you're just focusing on that and not focusing on each day, like you trying to enjoy the gym, because like I feel like that's the big problems for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Like they want to do this, like they have a goal, but they don't enjoy the process of trying to get that goal.
Oh, I enjoyed the gym though. When
Yeah,
I'm in
exactly.
there, I'm just like, oh, let me just bust out these squats real quick.
Yeah, so
What I
just
did
enjoy
today.
the process, man, with whatever you're doing in life.
True. Well, I mean, like, let me tell. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not settling. I tell you that. I definitely have a goal in mind, and I just been thinking about it. Yesterday, I made it. Like I said earlier, I made a decision that I will, 5 years from now, have a different life, totally different life. I saw this cool video actually by well, I can't remember his name, but he made this short clip on IGTV, and he just did a pretty much an ode to his fiance, and that was pretty dope. It's not because like it was all lovey dovey or whatever. It was just like maybe it's because like Odessa was also playing slowly in the background. And I was like, ooh, Odessa gets me hyped. If you guys don't know Odessa, check them out. We're not sponsored, but check him out. But yeah, I was watching this video, and I just he was talking about how much he loved. Like he said, 3 years ago, I wouldn't know. I didn't know anything about soulmates. I didn't expect myself to be in this position. Pretty much is what he was saying, and like it blew my mind. I was like, wow, like okay, 3 years ago, I wonder what you were doing 3 years ago. But right now, like as I viewed this video, you're on a boat taking a video of your lovely wife or fiance, and you're living a lifestyle that I imagine myself living. So I decided, you know what, this is the life I want to live. Like this, I was so motivated. I was so like entranced by this video. I was like, wow, it seems like he's a videographer, same thing as me, and he just proposed. Pretty much the video was him proposing to this beautiful woman, and in my mind I was like, I can live this life too. This is the life I also want to live. I want to travel the world. I want to experience the world with somebody who is just as beautiful, but also like super into the same things I'm into. Like, if this person can have it, I too can have it. And I was super pumped. I was so motivated.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do this.
All right. Well, that transitions to motivation.
Motivation. I am absolutely motivated. That video motivated me to no end. What motivates you, Jay?
For me, it's just like I've always had the goal of like doing a lot of traveling and just doing the things that I want,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it sounds very selfish, but like I feel like I can't be happy unless I do the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
So like that's what's motivating for me, is because like I just want to live a life where I can just do whatever I want,
Yeah.
And with that, like I obviously want to make videos, just create things, like doing this podcast, like taking photography.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really focus about like how much money I make out of doing all this, because like even if I don't make a lot of money, like I still enjoy whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
That's why that's what motivates me.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I mean, obviously I want to get paid just so I don't have to worry about paying the bills.
Yeah.
Because like I just want to get to that point where I don't have to worry about paying the bills, just in case something happens. Like I could just like pay whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not trying to focus on how much money I'll be making because I know I'll be making eventually.
Eventually. Well, I mean, like I said earlier, eventually down the line, we're gonna be somewhere where we want to be at, and like this video, I guess we kind of jumped the gun. I was inspired by this video. Inspiration is what drove me, what motivated me, and like it's just knowing or feeling, having that feeling, just like it made me feel alive, to be honest. It made me think like, oh, that I can absolutely achieve, and then I can absolutely accomplish more than what I have had now. This is the reason why I was thinking like, oh, like I'd rather not settle. I want to achieve. I want to do so much more in my life. I want to make sure that me and my own and everyone behind me, everyone actually next to me, are also succeeding. And I was just ready to just run and do it. And last night I just started like editing all these photos, and I was so inspired. I was so motivated.
Yeah, and the thing about inspiration too and like motivation, I feel like those are pretty much like the same.
Yeah.
But like those are just like the energy boost that you need. But you actually have to actually like put in
the
work.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can get motivated, but what happens when you're not motivated? Are you just gonna quit?
Oh no, not me.
Yeah, that's why it's like
once I
it's the action that you need to have an action.
Yeah.
Like,
Once I put the key in the ignition, it's game over. That machine keeps going until I crash.
yeah, exactly. It's just like that's why when people like I don't want to say like people get motivated by the money, you know what I mean?
Oh
But
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are motivated by the money.
I mean,
But
money
when
makes the world go round, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like, does money make you happy? Probably not.
yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of things can solve with money, but
Yeah, yeah.
there's other ways you can be happy too.
Well, talking about inspiration, what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yeah.
Being happy.
Being happy, that inspires you. But do you ever like, okay, so yesterday's moment for me, I would call that a pocket inspiration, because it just like, it opened my eyes and my mind to something different. Like, what inspires? Do you ever have those pocket inspirations?
Yeah, I mean, when I listen to like podcasts and like
Mhm.
when I learn stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like I get inspired to like take actions,
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's like I don't have like a main inspiration. I guess like it just comes into like little burst things. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to answer that, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you don't. I know you peruse YouTube often, and you look at all these videos. Like, those don't motivate you. Those don't like inspire you to make something insane.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's just like I see like little things or I hear stuff
Mhm.
or I read stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like a tiny inspiration. It's just like an energy boost
Oh, so
for me. It's like it's not like a big. I mean, there's that one moment in my life a couple years ago when I decided that I wanted to do this and
Yeah.
actually like go hard on it, I guess.
hmm
And I think it's because like I've always wanted, like I said, I wanted to travel, do all this, but then I was looking at myself. I was like, I'm not really doing anything about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I wanted all this, but I wasn't doing anything to get to where I want to be,
Yeah.
So I think that was a big eye opener for me.
You were in a mode of settling, and you decided you didn't want to live that life anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I
Gotcha.
settled, and then I was like, I didn't want to settle anymore.
Let me tell you guys, don't settle. Don't settle for less. Don't settle. You know what? Settling is in all things. Don't settle for that one girl or guy that you think can or is just enough. Like, there's so much more. There's so many people out there. 7 billion people out there. Don't settle for that. Don't settle for that 9 to 5 that you believe is going to be like the best for you. I mean, in the work or in the work environment, you always want to achieve more. You always want to grow more. and you always want to be like the best at what you do. And I mean, settling for just the bottom of the ladder, whereas you can be the top of the ladder, don't
Or if,
settle.
but if you're content with being at the bottom, then that's totally fine too.
True, I guess. I mean, I'm not
Just
saying
live your life.
yeah, live your life the way you want. Don't
Yeah.
don't let me tell you how to live your life.
Exactly. Don't listen to us how to live your life. Just do your thing.
But if I
Like-
inspire you to do so,
Like if you're happy with where you're at, like I feel like you don't have to change. You have to change it, you know?
that's also true. That's also true. I mean, well, I can't speak for everybody, but for myself, these are the things that I constantly think about, and I will one day be able to, one day I might find like that moment of clarity, that moment of contentness. But until then, I kind of like I'm always on the grind. I want to, I don't always want the next best thing, but I do want to be able to have, I guess, a life where it's not so hard.
Yeah. What inspires you then?
Well, I mean, as far as inspirations go, yesterday that video that inspired me for sure. People, it's not just like those videos, but there are also people inspire me as well. Like um, seeing what other people do, like that that inspires me. Just or like when I'm perusing Facebook and I see people on their grind, and it could be just like a motivational picture where this guy lost, or this guy was at 200 whatever pounds and he gone down to 160, and I was like, damn, that motivates me. That actually motivated me to lose all the way that I did that lose. But now I see people who strived for more, and just part of me just wants to be, I don't know. I mean, like, you ever just like think about, all right, here's a nerd alert, okay? Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z and you saw Goku, and Goku's just like, he's training,
Yeah.
but he strove to be like the best, like the strongest fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Strongest fighter in the universe. Like, I feel like in that sense, that's what I want. I want to be like one of the very best. I guess it's just because I want to leave a good legacy behind,
Yeah.
Like, we only live so much in this world.
Yeah, that's what I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start this podcast too, because like, yeah, I was doing all that cool stuff, taking videos and photos,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like I wasn't making an impact
Yeah.
to like somebody's life,
And
I
that's
mean,
what I
yeah,
want.
like I may be able to like entertain people, like, oh, that's
Yeah.
that's cool, that looks cool, but
Mhm.
I feel like I wasn't making enough impact to change the world, for
world.
the better. And I
For the
mean, like,
better.
that sounds very what do you call that? I don't know, but like, I don't want to sound like I'm like high and mighty and all that
No,
stuff.
no, no, no.
But like,
I understand
yeah.
where you're coming from. There's this quote actually that I was that I kind of live by. Well, no, I don't kind of live by it. I live by it. I learned it back in high school actually, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a quote that the Romans invented, where they said, "Leave the world better than you found it."
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And that's what I want to do. I guess that's what drives me, is because like I don't want to settle for just being that guy that just like works and doesn't achieve greatness. There's
Yeah.
so much more. There's so much potential that we have. And if you're listening to this and you feel the same way, like, let me know. Like, what have you done to get past this, to break free, and just be something in the world. I see people out there. I follow people, and they're doing great. There's I mean, like, regular people like us. I mean, like, I follow Timothy DeLaGhetto. That guy started off Wild and Out.
Yeah,
Love his stuff. Now he's doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and that inspires
he's doing
me.
podcasts now too.
Yeah, he is. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I love his vibe. I love the way he like portrays himself. Like, and he's living the best life that he can absolutely live. And there's so much more to him that I'm pretty sure there's so much more that he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of stuff that inspires me. As like, shoot, I too, I mean, like, I'm not trying to compare myself to nobody, but I too want to live, that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, I just want to inspire people to do what they love, I guess.
Yeah. I wanna.
That's like my selfish way of like, I feel like I want to be on that influencer like status, just
Yeah.
so like I can inspire people to just live their life and be happy. You
I
know?
mean, technically, we are influencers in a sense. I mean,
Yeah, I guess
you
like
know,
if you influence somebody, then you're an influencer.
yeah,
I
we're an
guess.
influencer. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we
But
just don't got the title. We don't got that blue check mark on Instagram or
or like
whatever.
we just don't have a lot of people to influence.
Yeah.
You know,
But
not
I
yet,
mean,
at least. But
hey, if you've been listening to this podcast, we're 7 podcasts deep, and if we've inspired you, thank you. This is what we're here for. You know,
Yeah.
to make sure that you also get to where you want to be in your own life.
Yeah, and it feels nice when people like come up to me like, "Oh yeah, I see you doing all this stuff." I'm just like, "Oh, you're doing pretty well." I was like, "Oh, thank you, man."
Yeah.
Just like it's a very
It feels good.
it feels
amazing.
good. It's like my selfish way of
So would you say that's also motivation?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It motivates me every time somebody comes up to me like, "Oh, hey, like I see your work and doing all that stuff." I'm like, "You're doing pretty well." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like it gives me that energy boost that I need to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
keep
To
pushing,
keep
I guess.
pushing, to keep trucking. 'Cause, I mean, yeah, we only live this one life in the world, and to be able to like, I guess, when that was said to us, I just thought that wow, like, that recognition
Yeah.
just makes me feel like I am doing something worthy. I am doing something good in my life.
Yeah.
And thank you for whoever is inspired by this. You guys inspire me. You know,
Yeah, thank you for everybody listening,
for tuning in
for watching. Hopefully, we've changed your lives somehow,
somehow, some way.
or at least entertain you for the hour that you spend with us.
Are you not entertained? But yeah, it's
What else do we have on our notes?
this is a good question. How much action do you put behind inspiration?
However much action you need to put in.
However much action you need to put in.
Because like I like this quote. I think I'm not sure if it's from Gary Vaynerchuk,
Yeah.
but it's like he said something about ideas are shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's all about the action. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
Because like anybody can have an idea
Mm-hmm.
to like like you know how people say, "Oh, I had the idea for Uber," or "I had the idea for like Amazon," or whatever. But then how come you didn't do anything about that? Like
You're
you know what
not
I mean?
you're not the Steve Jobs. You didn't go out there and
you didn't
I
put in
think-
the work.
I think it's just because like people are afraid. People are afraid to take that first step. I think I was listening to a podcast the other day, and people fear rejection. It's
It's a scary thing.
it's a scary thing. But for another that podcast, you can't be afraid of rejection, because if rejection is just a part of life. You gotta take it. You gotta learn from it, and you gotta do your best to make the next idea, the next best thing, or the next venture better than that. Rejection is what helps you become. That's like that quote. You learn from your mistakes, and mistakes is just a form of rejection.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, think about talking to women. If you get rejected by one woman, are you gonna stop talking to all the women in the world?
No, hell no.
No, absolutely. There's plenty of women out there who would probably enjoy what you're spitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't settle.
How about you, man? What do you think about how much action should you put in?
Me personally, I put in as much action as I possibly could, because I'm gonna tell you, there was a point in time in my life where I was kind of down. I was kind of low. Like, I didn't, hours were cut, and I had to pay rent, and obviously I want to live and I want to eat, so I had to put action behind that. And when I put action behind something, I don't give it not just 100%. I dive deep and make sure that I'm at least hitting 150%.
Yeah.
And once I achieve that goal, sometimes I'll stop because I've achieved it. But part of me don't ever want to stop. I want to always have like, not the next best thing. I just want to make sure that I am well enough alone that I won't have to worry about those situations, not ever again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it sucks that being in that low point in your life, you're just like, the question is, do you sit there? Do you settle? once again settle? Do you take that, or do you take that blow and just get back up and run to the next best thing? Like, don't walk. I mean, if you have to, crawl. But you want to.
As long as you're moving forward,
Yeah.
step by step, every little step counts.
I mean,
Yeah.
you only get to live one life. People say YOLO, but that one life, you should live it the best way you absolutely can.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, that's a big, I guess, inspiration for me.
Yeah.
It's like you're living one life. I mean, regardless of what you believe in, you
Yeah.
know, like the afterlife and all that. But what are you gonna do? Like you live maybe 80 to 100 years old.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like are you gonna live your life like being sad and miserable, or are you gonna try to live your life being happy and
Optimistic.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
That's-
absolutely.
100 years is a lot of years, so like
Yeah.
you better figure out yourself, make sure you're actually enjoying life.
I mean, if you're down, give yourself a couple of days. This is what I was taught. You got hit hard. Take a couple of days to recover, to mourn, and then, I mean, when I say a couple of days, I mean like 1, 2, maybe even 3. But then, get up, dust yourself off, take a drink of water, and just go. Take that first step. Don't be afraid, because you can't wallow in that sadness. You can't be a sad boy, sad girl all the time. I mean, if that's your thing, then I guess that's your thing. But you just
yeah, it's
you know,
not really a good thing to
it's
have.
not it's not a life you want to live. You want to always be striving to have that life of happiness. And talking to my friend who taught me that, like, it just made me realize, like, like that's the life I want to live. I don't want to, like, eventually, yeah, maybe I will be content, but I'm still so young. We're still so young. There's so much more to do in this life.
Yeah.
Help out, help the world out. See someone struggling, pick that person up. Because you know what? If you're struggling, don't you wish that someone picked you up? Like, that's always my goal. Like, shoot, I was down, no one picked me up, but I understand the nuances of that. So I try and strive to help others up.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, answering that first question, or that question that you just asked me, or that I asked you, I will push and give everything I got, give that action behind the inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. Like you can't just be inspired or motivated,
Yeah, for one day and then boom,
Yeah.
drop.
That's why, like, when people say, like, oh, I need a motivation to go to the gym. So you're only going to go to the gym if you're motivated? Like,
No,
like,
you
you
gotta
gotta-
because it's healthy.
yeah, exactly. Like, because I feel like that's a downside, It's like,
Yeah.
that's why, like, a lot of people quit at the gym.
Yeah.
Because, like, they get motivated. It's the first of the year, January 1st. Like,
Oh, the gym is always filled, bro.
New Year's resolution. Like,
New
the
Year's
first month
resolutioners.
is usually pretty packed. And then after that, people start disappearing.
Yeah, right now, like, not a lot of people go to my gym, and I'm okay with that. But I love it. I love seeing the gym, like, as bad as it is, as bad as the gym's full. I love seeing the gym really full, because people are out here, like, just trying to live their best life. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool. There's a story. It's an Indian story, I believe, where there's 2 wolves, and if you already heard this story, kudos to you. But there's 2 wolves inside you, and the one is, I think one is fear, and the other one is success. Well, I don't know. I'm just ad-libbing at this point. But the one that you feed,
I think
the one
I've heard
you know
this
what I'm
one
talking about?
too.
Yeah, the one that you feed is the one that grows stronger and the one that wins. If we're using the gym as an example, so if you're looking for that motivation and that's literally like feeding the animal you don't want to feed. You want to feed the animal that, like, wants to live a healthier lifestyle, if that makes sense. Sorry if I ruined that.
Yeah,
No.
you totally ruined that. I don't think
Oh no,
you
I
said that
absolutely
right.
I chopped that bad boy up. But if you,
But yeah, I mean,
please
they probably-
understand.
Hopefully they get the point.
I really hope so. But I mean, yeah, that's the story. That thing, that story always motivates me. Like I'm always thinking, oh
It's
man,
like you either feed the positivity or the
the negativity. Yeah, that's pretty much the. I think that's actually how it's supposed to go. You feed the negativity, or you either feed the negativity or the positivity. And
Yeah.
I strive to feed the positivity in all aspects. And it's not just like love, life, and the pursuit of happiness. It's all aspects.
Exactly.
You know,
Cool.
it's a life you live. Live it to the fullest.
All right, what else do we have on this notes?
I wrote these notes and
Who
really
inspires
quick.
you? I guess we kind of touched into that a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, inspiration could come from everything and anything. People always ask, hey, who's your role model? And your role model is pretty much your inspiration. And
Yeah, that's true.
role models can't just be. And you know what? Growing up in this life, I've always thought, oh, role models are like actors or sports people. But one person was just like, yeah, my role model is my dad, and I was like, what? Why? I was like, I felt stupid actually. I was like, why would I ask this stupid question? But when they explained to me why their dad was their role model, it just blew my mind. You know why? Because their dad worked really hard to get them the life that he wanted them to live.
Yeah.
That's very inspiring. Hey, Dad, thank you for doing what you needed to do to get where your kids are at now.
Yeah, because like when I think about like who inspires me, like I think about like who are the people that actually helped me to learn like things about like life
Mm-hmm.
or like love in general, all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Like I feel like there's like multiple people that I can like say like, oh, with this, maybe from videos, so like, oh, this two people, and like about like motivation, like there's a couple of people. So like it's kind of hard to answer like who inspires you.
Yeah,
It's just like I guess everything that
that gets you to where you need to get.
yeah.
I mean, like role
inspires
models
me, yeah.
and inspiration shouldn't be one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, dreams and goals should inspire you.
Yeah. Like it's not just like people too. Like there's like dreams and goals, like you said. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you're listening out there and you have goals and dreams, but you're not doing anything about it, this is what I did. I wrote them down, and then rather than, because when you write it down, they're no longer like goals, or they're no longer dreams, they're goals. And when you achieve it, I'm gonna tell you, it feels amazing.
Yeah.
It feels good, dude.
And
Like,
I was never one of those people that write things down.
dude, I never wrote anything down. I'm not, yeah, I only wrote things down when I needed to. Like college was like, oh, okay, write this down. I'm like, okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah, because like I feel like it's always in my head.
Yeah.
Like I guess I had the list in my head, you know, or like
But
what I wanted.
that's the thing is that, you always thought about it, but did you put any action behind it? But when you write it down, I think there's something so powerful about writing something down. You suddenly think, like your mind starts thinking, oh snap, I put this into, I put it out in the world, and I see it, and I need to do it. And I mean, I wrote this, so I had a goal in mind. My goal was to, and this was like maybe like the beginning of the year. My goal was to find a better job and lose 40 pounds. And when I look, and it's still written, I wrote it down on my calendar thing. And when I look back on it, like I haven't erased it. I look back on it and I was like, damn, I achieved this. I did lose 40 pounds. That was like mind blowing. And I did get a new job, a better paying job, a job that I do enjoy going to. And it blew my mind. But the question is, do I want to stop here? Probably not. I don't want to stop here. Like I said, I want to give myself more than what I'm giving myself.
Yeah.
There's so much more in this world, that there's so much life left to live.
I mean, I get that. It definitely helps when you get to see it every day. Like, it's a constant reminder, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like in my head, I'm just like, I don't. It's already in my head. Like I feel like I don't. I guess I
thought
don't
that too, though.
need to like write things down. But I mean, it works for some people. It's just not for me.
I mean, as long as you're chasing and you're making sure that you accomplish these things, like Why not?
Yeah, those are just like little tactics that you can use. You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a really
Like
good tactic though.
everybody has like their own techniques on how to do things.
People
And
got dream boards out there.
yeah,
Like,
people got dream boards. People write that stuff down on their mirrors.
Yeah.
Just because they see it every day.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like it's constantly in my
your
head.
head,
So
yeah.
like, I
Shoot.
feel like I don't need to write things down.
What I did, I also put down like I put an old picture of myself when I was skinny as my wallpaper on my phone, and I was like, every time I look at it, I was like, damn, I used to look like this. Okay, I could do this. I got this.
Yeah, because I mean, I had that before too. Like I had something like I had a list on my phone.
Yeah.
But then I started to see it every day, and then like I started to not notice it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, well, that's not really working for me.
Well, I mean,
like,
I think there's also not a science, a psychological impact when you constantly think about the same thing over and over and over and over. Like, it's pretty much like an idea that you need to accomplish, right?
yeah,
You know, I think that's the idea behind your technique is that, oh, you thought about it, you keep thinking about it, and when you there's a thing out there where it says it's the I don't know, my sister's all about it. It's the law of attraction. That's what it is.
yeah.
So when you think about it, when you think about it constantly, you're attracting it to you,
Mhm.
and so I
That's
guess that's
why-
how you what
yeah.
you're doing.
That's why I always want people to focus on like the positive things, you know, like not the
Positivity.
scarcity mindset. You gotta have like the abundance mindset, you know.
Yeah, I'm truly.
Because if you're thinking about like if you're stressing about, oh, I don't have enough money, that's all you think about.
yeah,
Like, and then I feel like when you get a little bit of money, you're still gonna be like, oh, I still don't have enough.
that's called frugality. Is that a word? Frugality.
Yeah,
Whatever.
be frugal.
Frugal.
Yeah,
I like to make my own words up. So
yeah, just focus on the positive.
positivity is key. I mean, I don't
But
know.
at the same time, too, like you can't just will your way to just like,
Yeah,
oh, I need $1 million.
you got to put action behind that.
Yeah, you gotta actually.
Like, you got to
work.
grind. You got to, you got to put.
And that's the problem with a lot of people. It's just like, yeah, you can think about doing all this, doing all that.
Yeah.
But if you're just all you're doing is thinking, then you're not.
And then what? That's
you ain't
where
you ain't getting shit.
you ain't getting shit done, and that's where inspiration and motivation comes from. Because I mean, like, sometimes you do need that boost. Sometimes you do need to see the world in a different perspective, because what you see now is what's in front of you.
Yeah.
But if somebody were to come in and tell me that I can live differently by just doing this, am I gonna say no? Am I gonna? I mean, I'll question it, yeah, but
Yeah.
like, I at least should try it just to see if this is something that can help me live the life I want to live.
Yeah, I have this cool story of like I have heard this like a while back.
Yeah.
So there was like it's like a hurricane, right?
Yeah.
And so like everywhere was flooding, and this guy was like stuck in the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like praying to God and be like, oh, hey God, like save me, you know, like
Yeah.
I need help and doing all that.
Yeah.
So like the first boat came in, like some guy
Oh,
like
I think I
just-
heard this story. Yeah.
yeah.
Continue.
One guy came in and like, oh, like catch this like life jacket or whatever. He was like, no, I'm good. God's gonna help me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so like the next person came in, and then like same thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, like the water starts rising again. So
Yeah.
like on the chest level or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, I'm good. Like I pray to God, he's gonna help me. Like I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then the last person, like the water's already on his neck.
Up to his neck. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy's like, hey, grab my hand, like I'm gonna help you and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And he was like, no, like God's gonna help me. I already prayed and doing all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, he died. And
Damn.
then like
That's unfortunate.
I guess like in the story, he's in heaven and be like, God, how come you didn't save me? And then God was like, well, I sent you like 3 people trying to save you, and then
Yeah.
you didn't do anything about it, you know?
So I mean, in a sense, yeah. If it's put in front of you and you don't take that action,
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you don't take that leap of faith, then
Like you can think about it, you can wish about it, you can pray about it, but like if you're not gonna do anything, then
if you don't take that step, if someone is offering you help, I mean, the best.
and like that goes with like inspiration
Yeah.
too. Like you can get inspired You get the energy boost, but if you're not gonna do anything about that boost,
Yeah.
then what's the point?
I mean, the least thing you could do is try it, right?
Yeah.
You know, the best thing you can do in this world is try it. And if you can't, if it isn't what you want, you're not obligated to stay doing that.
Yeah, just try whatever. Just try things, and then if it doesn't work, or like after trying it out and be like, oh, I don't really like this,
Yeah.
then like try something else.
Try something else. Or, I mean, if you fall off the horse and, you know, you're thinking, oh man, this is so hard, I don't want to do this. You've only tried it once.
Yeah.
You got to try it. For me, I think, I want to try it at least 3 or 4 times. And if I really like it, then I'm going to continue. But if I don't like it, I'm just going to be like, okay, well, I gave it this many tries. Like, I guess it's definitely not for me. I mean, like, I'm not the best at basketball, but I will continue to play basketball because I love doing it.
Yeah, and that's why like finding something you actually love doing is like so important.
Yeah.
Because like there are days that you're not gonna be motivated to create. You know, like,
Yeah.
sometimes you burn out. Like I burn out like creating all this stuff. I'm like, man, I need a break. Like I just want to like, watch Netflix and just relax and not think about creating stuff. Like sometimes you just gotta take that break, but it's
Shut
like
the mind
you're
down.
not motivated to do something, but
I feel that.
you just gotta keep going because you love what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do just need a small break, and that'll help reset the mind and the body. Because I mean, I don't like going to. I mean, there's moments where I do need to stop going to the gym
Yeah.
because, like, you need that break.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your muscles are not gonna grow. You're not gonna get the gains you want. Shoot, I normally take weekends off, and this morning when I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, who am I? Who is this?
Yeah, I mean,
Who-
don't like. I feel
Who are
like
you?
don't push yourself too hard. Don't be so like.
Yeah. Give yourself a good mental break. I guess that's a pretty good tip. You just don't want to stay.
You don't want to burn out.
Yeah, you don't want to burn out. Like, even though you are motivated, I mean, yeah, I do give 150%, but I do give myself that moment of time where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take a quick break from this. Do something I really do love, like play video games or watch TV or I don't know, talk to my friends. Like, you gotta have that small break, especially like in a sense of there's always that story where the breadwinner of the family is working so hard they don't give enough time to spend with their family. Like,
Yeah.
That's so sad. You gotta give yourself that break. But yeah, anyways,
Yeah, I mean that's all I have for motivation,
inspiration.
and settling.
I mean, that was a pretty cool topic. In all honesty, like, I guess to recap, if you are settling, don't. And for me, at least, you shouldn't. In my mindset, I mean, as we are speaking about it, I think settling is like one of the worst things you can actually do. Like, you deserve better. And if you know you can do better, be better, get better.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if you're not happy with your situation, your life, or
Situations.
your just anything in life, like change it up.
Change it up. Shake it. Shake the tree, and whatever falls down, try it.
Yeah, just don't settle for.
Don't settle for less.
Yeah.
Don't settle in all aspects of life. To be honest, like, that's what I learned listening to podcasts, listening to doing more, and seeing more.
Yeah, like especially like anything that doesn't make you happy, you shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing that.
And if you are in that, I guess, mindset of, oh, am I settling? Like, for me, what helps me, I like reading. I like reading and I like looking things up. Instagram's a really great place to just like find motivation. And actually, one of my really good friends sent me this video of a girl eating, and I got really interested in why is she doing this. So I looked into her page, and then I found her man's page, and that's where I found the video, and I was like, dang, inspiration could come from anywhere. So like, if you want to move forward in your life, look at people who are doing the things you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Surround yourself with people that you want to be.
Yes, absolutely. No, I absolutely agree. If you want to be somebody who enjoys photography, what I learned is you gotta surround yourself with other photographers or models at least, so you can have that abundance of people you can like lean on to help you move forward with where you want to get. Like, use your resources.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, find that inspiration.
All
And
right.
be motivated.
Well, that's it for me.
All right, that's it
Is
for
there
me too.
anything else?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in and listening and wasting your time with us for that last hour. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, podcast. We have Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and hopefully on iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
But yeah, that's it. Peace.
Later.